My son stole from the church and I couldn't be prouder. My son Samuel stole from our church's Thanksgiving food drive before the holiday. The pastor called me at work furious. Your son has stolen hundreds of pounds of food donations for the homeless. This is absolutely unforgivable. I left my office and drove straight to First Methodist with my hands gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white. Samuel had been volunteering at the church every weekend for 2 months sorting donations. When I pulled into the parking lot, I saw 3 police cars and my heart dropped. I found Samuel sitting on the steps outside with dirt all over his jeans and his volunteer shirt torn at the shoulder. But he was sitting up straight and looking everyone right in the eye like he had nothing to be ashamed of. The pastor wanted him arrested for theft. The pastor kept wiping sweat from his forehead while about 20 people from church crowded around us. Samuel had spent 2 hours loading boxes of food into his friend's truck from the church office, and the security cameras caught everything. Mrs. Carlton's voice cracked as she yelled that her family had donated fresh turkeys and toys that were now gone, while her husband kept repeating they should press charges. The youth group leader shook his head, saying Samuel had betrayed everyone's trust and should be banned. My wife's nails dug into my arm as her parents turned their backs on us completely. I asked Samuel to explain, and he stood up and pulled out his phone without his hands shaking. He showed everyone photos of cans with dates from 2022 and moldy bread with black spots spreading through the plastic bags. People started leaning in to look at the screen and whispering. Samuel's voice got louder as he scrolled. They had me put all the expired and damaged food in the main storage room for the shelter. All the fresh turkeys and new toys and good food went into the church office for the donor appreciation dinner. Mrs. Carlton dropped her purse and the pastor's mouth opened, but no words came out. Samuel kept scrolling and showing photos of the pastor carrying turkeys to his car and Mrs. Fletcher loading toys into her trunk last week. The expired food with swollen cans and moldy bread was going to the shelter tomorrow morning while they kept all the good stuff for themselves. I took the fresh food and gave it to the shelter last night. The youth group leader stepped forward with his finger pointed at Samuel, but Mrs. Fletcher's sister grabbed his arm and admitted her sister had bragged about getting free turkeys from church donations last year. Another couple exchanged looks and said they'd been wondering why their fresh honey never made it to the shelter. Samuel looked straight at the pastor and told him about reporting this to the denomination last week and how the investigator told the church board to handle it themselves, but nobody did anything. The shelter was supposed to pick up poisoned food tomorrow that could make people really sick. The pastor's face drained white and his mouth stayed open, but he wasn't saying anything. 3 weeks later, the health department confirmed the storage room food was unsafe after 5 families filed complaints. The shelter director confirmed Samuel had delivered fresh turkeys and toys that night. The pastor and 3 board members quietly resigned before Christmas. Samuel got 40 hours of community service, but the judge said she understood. He served them at the shelter where the director told him, 3 people got food poisoning from your church's donations last year. Our family joined a different church where they sort donations in the open. The old church lost most of its congregation,